welcome to Warriors Downtime with Benny and Jenny, and we have Kellon here. We're interviewing him.
What's up? What's up, gang?
Kellon Lees. Or Lethal Kellon Lees.
There we go. I hate when people like say it in the middle of my name, like it's my middle name or something like that. I need somehow to like really get it out there that I'm like it's like ruthless Robbie Lawler is like the only other guy that has it like in front of his name. I can't think of anybody else.
To me, it just flows naturally like that.
Really?
Yeah, it does. Like how mine
That's like a tongue twister. Kellon Lethal Lees.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
I think
Lethal Kellon Lees sounds. I agree with you. It sounds better.
I think
it does sound better. It's just I'm saying like the way like to say it just flows naturally.
No,
for me at least.
Benny always is like saying it like it's my middle name or something. But
Probably because like mine, like my fight name's in the middle.
yeah, no, I get it. That's what I'm saying. There's like only one other dude I can think of that has it like in front of his first name. I don't know.
Do you have any fights coming up?
Yeah, March 9th in Fort Myers, Florida. And then I have a MMA fight May 3rd in Independence at Cable Dama Arena.
Is that your MMA debut?
Yep. Yes, it is.
So, what made you like go from kickboxing to MMA?
Well, I was trying to collect like some kickboxing titles and stuff like that, but I had a bunch of fights fall through this year. So I'm just like to widen my horizon. I'm just branching out, doing anything,
I get you. Especially for me, because I wanted to do MMA first, but obviously because I've grappled so long and I've never really did any striking, that obviously I had to get into those kickboxing those kickboxing fights first, just so I can get the experience of striking along with just getting hit and stuff, compared to like just all the jiu-jitsu tournaments I did prior.
No, I think that's what helps you stay like really active. Is you're so like diverse and like what you actually compete in and stuff like that. I mean, you do grappling, MMA, kickboxing. You just kind of do it all, and I think that helps you like really be active for sure. Like just get fights. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be like you, Benny. So.
I know you had some smoker fights. Were those MMA or was it all just kickboxing?
Nah, I think I did like one MMA, one boxing, and like two kickboxing. So I mean. I'll do whatever, I guess. So if you got an opportunity for me, let me, I will take it. I'll fight for food. So, yeah, but I mean, anything. Like I've even thought about like bare knuckle boxing in the future and stuff like that. I mean, I don't really care. I like to compete. I like to win. So as long as I'm, that's it.
Yeah.
Collecting dubs.
So I guess some questions later for you on the grappling side, but first with kickboxing, what kind of got you into like basically competing in combat sports?
That's a good question, man. So I've been a personal trainer ever since I've gotten out of high school. So I've kind of been in the gym and stuff like that, and just always kind of being in the gym and just remaining active. I was kind of always looking for something new to do, and I just kind of wandered into martial arts, I guess, and then just eventually started competing and stuff. So, yeah.
What was the first gym you joined?
The first gym I joined was, it was like a small like American Top Team little thing. It was like an open mat, but that was years ago. Then I went to college, didn't do anything for a while, and then I got back into it. Kind of started training out in Florida a little bit, just at like Tampa Muay Thai stuff like that. And then I came out here and really started my career out here. So at Warriors. So yeah.
How it goes.
Yeah, that's how it goes, for sure. Yeah. So.
Bounce around until you find.
Shout out Coach Tyler.
I think I was training in 2 months and striking, and he just comes to me, "Hey man, you want to fight in like June?" It was when Synergy was Apex at the time. I think it was like one of their couple last shows.
Okay.
He's like, "Want to find the show?" I was like, "I don't know, man. It's only been 2 months since I've been training striking." Like,
dude, those first fight nerves are scary, man. I used to throw up at like every smoker fight I like threw up at before and after. Oh yeah. Just because I was so nervous, I had no idea what I was doing. I mean, those were amateur hours for sure, man.
I mean, I get the nervous peas,
Yeah, you get the nervous peas.
The nervous peas are the worst.
Yeah, because like especially like when you're all ready, you're just like, and you're like you're pumping yourself and you're pumping yourself up, and you're just like, I gotta go piss.
Yeah, that's why my cup is like the last thing I put on, because I'll go pee like 3-4 times, put my cup on, still gotta pee one more time. I get it. I get that.
That's what the last fight show I was at. This kid was like, I don't want to put my gloves on yet because I'm going to have to pee again. I was like, I feel it.
Dude. Yep.
Because the kickboxing gloves are the worst because you can't do anything. You're just handless after that.
Yeah, hold it in.
Yeah,
Hold and
exactly.
pray.
And kickboxing gloves. Yeah, any kind of kickboxing gloves. Yeah,
Once you're taped in, you're just screwed.
Yeah. Exactly.
You're like, I got oven mitts for hands.
Yeah, you need assistance for sure if you're gonna go pee again.
Yeah.
After that, you're basically disabled.
You can't go pee anymore.
Yeah. I've always kind of looked at this as more of a great way to like show personal growth, like in a physical way. So I really want to go as far as my abilities will take me and stuff like that, and just kind of whatever's really set in stone for me, because I believe this is all kind of, set in stone for me. So anyway, I think it just really depends on how far, like, I mean,
Just want to ride it out and see where it takes you.
Yep, exactly.
Just go with the flow.
Yeah, for sure.
So, along with, training in kickboxing, have you ever had, like, any prior grappling experience to kind of help you out with
Oh,
your,
yeah.
Your MMA debut?
Yeah, for sure. High school wrestling, baby. For sure. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
That'll for sure, man. I mean, I think a good high school wrestler can, beat some blue belts. You know what I mean? First day grappling.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Just because of pure athleticism and the way that wrestling is like so hard on like mental toughness and how you like try to break your opponent. I think that really translates to any sport that you do, for sure,
wrestling.
Especially combat sports. But
yeah, wrestling is a tough sport, man. Because obviously I wrestled in high school too. Just those practices, man, can be brutal and stuff.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Is
I have
wrestling
nightmares
what led
sometimes.
you into like personal training?
No, not really. I mean, I guess kind of, but more what led me into personal training was when I was like 16, I broke my femur, and like doing a lot of like the rehab from that and like prehab, like coming back from that.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it hurt a little.
It hurt. That's a hard bone to break.
Yeah, it hurt a little bit, but yeah, just basically trying to come back from that and doing a lot of my own physical therapy at a young age really got me into that for sure. Because then I just started training my friends before I even went to school to be any kind of trainer or anything like that. Before I had any kind of certifications, I was already training my friends and stuff like that. So I kind of just fell into my lap. Like I felt like, again, it's set in stone. I felt like I was kind of meant to do the things that I do for sure. So.
Makes sense. Is that why you kind of float more towards like calisthenics and stuff because that's what you did a lot of?
Yeah, for sure, exactly. Like that corrective exercise, that body weight, and basically just that rehabilitation kind of process for sure. I'm really into, and I like helping people like kind of come back from injury and stuff like that, just because I kind of relate to them a little more,
Heard it here first. If you need a personal trainer.
Yeah.
Take my word for it. He's pretty good. Take my word for it.
Yeah. Benny trains with me for sure. Benny's been putting on some muscle tissue for sure, man. So hey, gains.
So I don't need no trend.
Yeah, no trend, baby. No trend.
Natty, baby. The real
sure.
Natty King.
Yeah, for sure, man. We're fighters. We're too broke for that stuff.
Yeah,
I've heard that stuff's really expensive. So
Not like
screw
Liver
that.
King's spending like what, $10K a month.
Ew.
Yeah.
I don't even make them, Gail.
Shout out Liver King, baby. He got you all to eat bull testicles.
Oh God.
I don't know.
So along with like personal training, how long have you like? Obviously, you said like since you were 16. I guess you could say I could ask, how long have you? I guess you've officially been a personal trainer.
Yeah, I graduated a little technical school back in 2018. So I guess basically in 2018. So how old have I been? Like 18. I've been 18 years old pretty much. So yeah.
I'd say about 6 years. And so where do you like? Well, after you like obviously after graduating from the tech school and stuff, where do you start like personal training?
Yeah, my first job was at like a big box gym around the Midwest. They're pretty popular. They're called like Genesis and stuff like that. But I was working with like a ton of clients and stuff like that. It was a huge gym. It was really nice. When they brought me on, they brought on like 7 other new trainers and stuff like that. And within like 2 years, it was just me. Like, so the turnover rate was really high there. I could tell by just day one. But then after that, I kind of went off to doing more like I went to a private gym, started training like just at a smaller location. It was more tight-knit group. I liked all the trainers I worked with were like very high level. And I think that was good because you need to surround yourself with people who are good at what they do. You know what I mean? If you want to be. So
Feels like it make you better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Especially if people have been like doing something longer. It's great to get that like that knowledge passed down to you from someone
exactly.
like that knows what it's
exactly.
gone through.
Yeah. I mean, I was constantly learning from just other trainers and stuff like that all the time. Yeah, for sure. Great environment for sure. Shout out to them. And then after that, I moved to Florida, and then just kind of did my own thing, just kind of trained people, just whenever, stuff like that. I really just wanted a lot of freedom with that, because that's kind of why I wanted to become a personal trainer in the first place, is because it seemed like a pretty freeing job. Like it was everything I liked doing, kind of just helping people, hanging out in a gym, stuff like that. So
yeah, you get more of a more freedom along, and I feel like it just goes great with training, obviously, for combat sports.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, for sure. No, for sure. There's a lot of lessons I learned through them that I use today, and vice versa, that I use with my clients now, stuff like that. So.
Mm-hmm. So when it comes to, I guess you could say role models or people that you like trying to imitate. Like, what are some like fighters that you kind of you'll watch clips of and like try to pick something up on?
Oh, that's a good question. Really, I always admired people who really seemed like really relaxed, like fighting and stuff like that. So I mean, there's a lot of people you could name nowadays that are high level, like basically champions of of any organization, that are pretty relaxed, when they fight. But basically any person who is able to kind of remain calm and just basically doesn't allow, bright lights or that pressure to kind of affect their performance or anything like that. I've always admired people like that. Like, I guess you could say like Conor McGregor, without being like, like I'm not like definitely a diehard Conor McGregor fan.
Yeah.
But
this is the way he shows himself in the cage and
yes,
stuff.
exactly. The way you kind of present yourself, for sure, and stuff like that, and the ability to like shine under those bright lights and like in a clutch moment, Yeah. So I've always admired that. So I guess Conor McGregor.
Fuck this guy.
I know, right? No kidding.
I feel like nowadays, like a lot of fighters are trying to have like that character, it's
or
just
like a personality that they want to.
Yeah, to get the draw. Like obviously you got Conor. Then you have another example would be I'm drawing fucking blanks right now. Kobe Covington and his persona, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Get the social media draw. Get the clips.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just get people to pay attention, just to watch.
Because every fighter, it like makes them more popular as a fighter, because more people are like, oh, I know them because of all the drama they caused here.
Right. Exactly.
If you like, especially at work when I try to talk about like the UFC or something, like everyone knows Conor, obviously, but yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, I know him because he's that one guy. I seen this clip at a press conference. I'm just like, yeah, there you go.
You thought UFC, right?
Yeah. Oh man. The amount of times I hear you do UFC, it's just like, I'm at the point where I'm just like, that's not what it is, but
you're like, sure.
Yeah. Whatever floats your boat, man.
Yeah, no, I definitely just agree with people. I yes and people. I'm like, yep.
At this point, I started. I'm just like, yeah. Or
Just
damn,
easier.
that's crazy.
Yeah. I know, right? We all have the same problems. No, for sure.
So, from the fighting aspect of like people you try to take something from. Are there any like famous personal trainers out there that you kind of like you watch some of their stuff and take some of the stuff that they show like? From a seminar or something.
Yeah,
that you
for sure.
Try to work into your stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of them aren't really super famous, but I mean, as far as like a big person in like combat sports, I go to is like Phil DeRue. I really look up to that dude because he's like head strength and conditioning coach for American Top Team down in Coconut Creek in Florida and stuff like that. He works with a ton of great athletes and great fighters and stuff. So always looking at what he's kind of doing and stuff like that. But honestly, too, I had a lot of really good teachers. Shout out Dr. Yu from my nutrition school. For real, he was like he had a lot of impact on me, just the way that he could like really be himself with like kind of any one of the students, because a lot of my schooling was like kind of like mock consultations and stuff like that for like, you're meeting with somebody like, and they have specific nutrition requirements, you know what I mean? Like whether they're diabetic or whatever, for example, but like he was always like really good at that. And I kind of took a lot of like what he does and like kind of applied to my own work and stuff like that. So yeah, shout out Dr. Yu from Wellspring. So.
Yeah. Like I said, I know like every time like we've like met one-on-one for training sessions, you're always asking about like me getting in more whole foods and stuff and trying to like lean off on the protein shakes. Stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. No, just because I know, like, for specifically, like, when me and you first started, I know you were doing a lot of, like, supplementing protein in your diet, and that was a big thing for you, I think, too, just kind of trying to get protein from other sources, because you'd already talked to a nutritionist and stuff like that, so you understood that you needed to have high protein to kind of lean out and stuff like that, and that's something that you needed to kind of get in your diet for sure. I think changing the sources that you got your protein from, they're just way more not only bioavailable, they have a lot more nutrients in them. Like red meat's really one of the most bioavailable nutrient-dense foods that you can have. And so if you have that more in your diet, have that every day, you know, for most people, that they have a lot of health benefits from that. So
yeah,
That's good to know.
Yeah, for sure.
Is it like
that's free knowledge to y'all, folks.
Shout out red meat.
Does it process better in your body too?
Yeah, exactly. So like when I say like bioavailability, that's basically what that means. Like it's your body's ability to kind of break down those foods. We don't really absorb nutrients, we utilize nutrients. So doing that, you know, like basically protein shakes, and like I said, especially if it's a protein shake that's a whey protein isolate, I won't get too into this, but basically if it's a whey protein isolate, that's pretty easy to break down. It's pretty quick digesting protein. Quick digesting protein is what that is. But red meat for sure, there's a lot more nutrients within that for sure, and your body knows exactly what that is.
It has
for
like
most
vitamins
people.
And stuff in it too.
Exactly. I mean, think about how often you kind of crave a steak versus like other. I mean, sure, you know what I mean. Like, and we do that because it's a nutrient-dense food, you know, naturally. So, anyway, all right. I'll stop talking. Yeah,
that's your free nutrition advice of the day.
Yeah. Hey, you're welcome.
So outside of you know, being a personal trainer and then being a combat athlete, what do you do like in your free time and stuff?
Right now, my free time is pretty much taken up with just being a dad, because I just had twins. I have a son and a daughter now, and they really keep me busy. You know, they're crawling, and my son thinks he can walk, so he tries to, you know, I'm just constantly chasing them around and stuff like that. So they keep me busy. That's most of my free time right now, honestly. If I'm not training or training other people, I'm trying to hang out with them. You know, so.
Do you think you'll ever like try to get your kids into the gym, or just see what they like? And
hopefully I lead by example, and they kind of just naturally gravitate and like want to try the gym out. I've always been big on like, I don't want to force them, especially into any specific like combat. Like I don't want to force them to compete. I would like for them to learn martial arts for sure. But yeah, and then if they want to compete, that's different and stuff like that. But yeah, I really don't want to force anything for sure. My parents didn't force me to do anything, and I kind of, again, it kind of helped me just find what I liked. So I think that's what I'm going to do for them too.
Forcing your kid into something, I feel like just kind of
makes them resent it more.
Yeah, it takes the joy away from it, because I've seen it like personally, like at like wrestling tournaments and stuff.
Yeah, well, you're a kids coach for the gym and stuff like that, so I'm sure you've seen it like with some of the kids at our gym. You know, the parents kind of live vicariously through.
Yeah.
You know.
Eventually, if I ever have kids, I'd want to follow the same path. Obviously, I'll get them started, and whether they want to continue it or stay, I'll let them decide on that.
Yeah.
Because you've also seen kids that do not like it.
Yeah.
And their parents are like, do it, and they're like, no.
Yeah, for sure. I don't want to be that guy. You know what I mean? So.
It's a good knowledge to have, though.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Learning a martial art, for sure, is, I think, like way different than just like actually competing in them, for sure. So it's just like, I don't know. Hopefully they do want to learn one though.
Yeah, like I say, I'm a big believer in like, I think everyone should know at least some form of martial arts, whether it be, you know, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, kickboxing, Muay Thai, just something, because I feel like it leads to like bettering yourself as a person.
No, there's a lot of character development for sure in just any kind of martial arts practice for sure. Yeah. Especially the ones you named for sure.
Yeah.
You know, like you'll definitely, you can be humbled really quick in a practice like that. So I think, and it's good to be humbled occasionally, you know.
It humbles you, but also like builds your confidence knowing that you have the skill.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Or knowing that you can like somewhat take a beating.
Yeah.
Like you might get dropped like 3 times from a liver shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or something like, hopefully my kids aren't getting into fights and stuff like that. But
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If my son is coming home from school, or if I'm getting calls from the school and he's fighting and kids and stuff like that, then he's definitely going, I guess. That's one way I would, you know, kind of force them into it a little bit.
Every time I hear parents talk about their kids fighting, I'm like, bring them into my gym.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
should do that.
Exactly. Obviously, they have something, there's something there, you know.
Yeah.
So,
They got things they need to work out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They need
exactly.
safe places to work it out.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Come to therapy. You know?
Come to therapy.
Yeah. Sure.
My therapy session is just me saying, "You just be like that sometimes." You know? And just going
telling
about my
yourself,
day.
telling yourself that.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
I'll just take the L.
That's
Go-
so.
just go about my day. I really do.
Yeah.
I just take the L and just go about my day.
Do you have any sponsors you want to shout out before we finish this podcast?
Yeah. Shout out Sugar High. They got some pretty good monk fruit edibles. Go try those out. Get you feeling real nice. You know. Nah, for sure though. They're awesome. Yeah. Shout out to Sugar High. No, they take really good care of me and stuff like that. So.
Monk fruit. That's just, I don't know. To me, that's a
Is it
like
new?
fun word to say. Monk fruit.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Monk fruit's fun to eat too. So.
Good to know.
Yeah. Nah,
Maybe
that's-
one day if I make it, I can quit my big boy job and actually partake in these,
Yeah.
These ventures.
Yeah.
these adventures.
Let me know. Let me know when that happens.
He'll give you some monk fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure, man. I just want to witness it too. For sure. I just want to be a witness.
I'll put a reminder just to make sure.
Thanks,
Every
dog.
day.
Thanks, dog.
His
Like,
2 weeks.
if,
The last
if
day of his
today's
2
the day,
weeks.
hit up Kellon.
Yeah.
Hit up Kellon at the very last day of your 2 weeks.
Yeah. I'll just get a call from you when you're walking out of your job, like, Kellon, you won't believe it.
I did it.
And I'm like, I already got it. I'm on my
I'll
way.
meet you at the door.
I'm on my way.
On my way. I don't know. I was just saying, this is just it. Kellon, thank you for joining us today.
No, thanks,
hopefully,
guys.
no
Appreciate
problem,
you. Thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks for having me.
Adios.
Gang.